So here's the geometry review. So number one is which figure shows a diameter, and diameter. But let's make sure we know what each one of these things are. This is a radius, right? Because it goes from the center to a point on the circle. This is a tangent. This here is a chord. And this is a diameter. Boom. That was easy. Okay, in circle O, PA and PB are tangents, so there's our tangent again. I drew some symbols in here already. If you have a tangent to a circle and then a radius drawn to that point of tangency, you have a right angle. And we have this arc length right here is 257 degrees. A circle is 360 degrees, so if we do 360 minus 257, that gives us 103 for this arc length right here. If we know this arc length, this interior angle must also be 103 degrees. These angles, oh remember we're headed towards angle P, sorry about that. These four angles have to add up to 360, so the angle at P, the angle at A, the angle at O, and the angle at B have to add up to 360. So since we have 103 and 90, whoops, 90 and 90, these three, B, O, and A, add up to 283, leaves how many degrees? 77 degrees. Okay, so boom. Next, number 3. I wasn't sure about number 3 what the right conjecture to use here, but we have CD and EF, so this segment and this segment are congruent. Or yeah, I guess they're congruent or equal length. OM is 9 meters, so we have this right here. This distance is 9, and they want to know ON. This must also be 9 meters. So number 4. Again, I don't know what the conjecture is. I can't speak to exactly what it is. I imagine there's some angles to draw and some similarity, but I don't know. This one, number 4, is a good one. We're going to use definitely a conjecture here. Try to ignore some of the stuff that's already labeled. So we have the measure of arc RST. So RST is 294. So RST is 294. So that leaves 66 for RT. We want to know what's the measure of RST. What's the measure of this angle right here? And this is an inscribed angle. So inscribed angles are 1/2 the measure of the arc length. So 66 divided by 2 is 33. Next, if we know that the measure of PSQ, so PSQ, I'm sorry, we want to find the measure of PSQ. So what's this angle right here? We know the given is that the measure of angle PSQ is 3 times some number y minus 15 degrees, and the measure of PRQ is 2y minus 10. So let's do that. Let's just trace that out. PRQ, right? They inscribe the same arc. So this, they both have this same arc in common. Well, they have this arc in common, and so these angles have to be the same measure. So if we know, so some of this is already written here. Let me just go through this. 3y minus 15 is equal to 2y plus 10. Those are these two givens, 2y plus 10 and 3y minus 15. This is just, you solve this for y in one step. Subtract 2y, add 15 to both sides, and you get y equals 25. But we still, that looks like it's the answer, but we still have to go back to, one of our original equations here. Because remember, they're asking for a measure of angle PSQ, right there. So we can use either equation, and when we put 25 in, 3 times 25 minus 10, or minus 15, right, is 60 degrees. So there's that. Let me get some more problems here. Let's grab this one. Not too bad. So the measure of angle x is 100, and the measure of angle y is 100. Find the measure of angle z. These are also inscribed angles. So, and we also have that these two sides are congruent. So what's that? WZ and ZY are congruent. So measure of angle x right here. If we're standing at x, we know this is 100. And the measure of angle y is 100. So this arc length here, so from y, this is 100, this must be 200. And if you're standing at x, this arc length must also be 200, right? So you're standing here at x. You see from here to here, that arc length must be 200. Next, we know that since these two segments are congruent, these arcs must be equal. So, whoops, let's try green. Let's call this arc length x, and this arc length must also be x. So, if we solve for x, we can find that there's no other value for this x. Right, so it's these two x's together. 2x is equal to 200. That's this 200 right here, right? These two arcs, these two x arcs, have to add up to 200. So x has got to equal 100. So if this is 100 right here, 100, 100. Now let's go to the red one. Let's follow the red. If it's 100 from here to here, that leaves only 100 more from here to here. And if there's 360 degrees in a circle, this has got to be 60. And from that, since we're trying to find the measure of angle z, which is right here, we can look out from z. And I need another color. How about orange? From z, the arc length is 160 degrees, and the angle, because it's an inscribed angle, we would divide by 2 and get 80 degrees. If there's a shorter way to do this, I don't know. Okay, so there's that.